Hey, it's Chris Allingham with the Virtual Weber Bullet. If you're an owner of the ThermoWorks Smoke or the ThermoWorks Signal Wi-Fi enabled probe thermometer, I wanted to show you something you could do with this that maybe you hadn't thought of before, and that is you can test the performance of your home oven. If you're a barbecuer, you're probably also into baking and roasting things, you're maybe even a foodie, you probably use your oven a lot, and over the Christmas holiday I realized that I could use the smoke or the signals to test the performance of my oven. My wife and I were having a debate over whether our oven seemed to run hot or cool, and I realized that the Wi-Fi capability of these two units, along with the smartphone application, allow you to track the performance of temperature over time and graph it out. Normally you do that on the pit in the backyard, but you can also do it here in the oven in the kitchen. All you have to do is put your oven rack in the middle position and put the air probe in the middle of the rack, connect it to your smoke or signals base unit outside the oven, turn it on, set your oven to bake at 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and then start the ThermoWorks app on your smartphone or tablet. That begins the data collection from your smoke or your signals base unit. Once you've collected data for an hour or two, turn off the oven, stop the app, save the graph data, and export it to some device where you can put it in a spreadsheet and graph it out. So here's a graph of the data for my oven. You can see the data points are over here on the left in the spreadsheet. They're taken once every minute from the smoke base unit, sent up to the cloud to ThermoWorks. And then here's the graph of the data. And we're going to ignore the bottom part. What really matters is the top part of the graph. You can see that my oven at 350 degrees, it jumps up to about 370 degrees, and then it ramps down into this area between 330 and 340, and it wanders up and down for the next couple of hours in that temperature range. When my oven's set to 350, it doesn't even run at 350. It runs somewhere in the range of 332 to maybe 340, 342. Now what's interesting about that to me is that I would have thought my oven ran hot. My wife thought it did too. So this actually proves that my oven does not run hot. It actually runs a little bit cool. So what do you do with this information? You know, in the case of my oven, setting it at 350, I know that I'm running 10 to 12 degrees below my target. And I think I can live with that. I don't think I need to necessarily have a repairman come out and do anything. I may just bump up my oven temperature a little bit in the future. If I saw really wide swings, if my temperature is going up to 375 and down to 325 and back up to 375, I mean, that might be something that would be worth looking into, or maybe having a repairman check out your oven, or maybe it's just actually a function of your oven. You know, I have an electric oven here, and it seems to run, as you can see in the graph, it ran within a narrow kind of 10-degree range, but perhaps gas ovens are much more variable. Maybe they go up very high and come down very low, so it might have to do with your oven. In any event, at least you know, having used the smoke or signals to create the graph, you can see how your oven actually behaves, and you can take this into account when you're baking or you're roasting in your home oven. Well, I hope this information helps. It's not exactly barbecue related, but it is cooking related, and it's just one more thing that you can do with your ThermoWorks smoke or signals and get some more value out of that investment in your ThermoWorks products. Thank you for watching. Take care, everybody, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.